exactly what it is, but the way that the drawings in this show are made, or have been made, it's sort of they're made in a series of layers, if you like, and each layer is made and then can just be waiting around for some weeks, if you like, before I figure out what the next thing is going to be. So with this particular set of drawings, and we'll get back to the grid. I'm not trying to avoid it. The first layer was the colour. Not the black strip, but just the colour. And I painted probably a few more than the 7 that are here. And I mixed up, a few pots of these colours, and I just made these sort of abstract paintings, which are they're not totally what's the word? They have some form in them, in as much as this circular form was the sort of the start, and then they grew back. They were then hanging around in the studio. I didn't know what to do with them, but it was just a start, it's a way of starting. And in between I'd be doing other things. Then I was trimming down some black pieces of paper from some other drawings, and I had these strips, long strips, and I suddenly, I don't know exactly why, but I put one on the bottom just to see what it would be like. And I think to make it into a landscape, because I had been making some other landscape drawings. I then liked that effect and cut it down and stuck one on. And then I put one on each of them, so I've now got 7 sort of little landscapes. They then sit around for a few days. I was then, one weekend, in a cafe near a place where there were lots of sailing boats and things like that. And this little, sort of like working men's cafe where the guys who work in the boat yards go, has a sort of nautical theme to it. I was in there having a cup of coffee on my own. And at lunch times, they put numbers on the table so you know which order's coming. And the numbers they put on the table are these wooden carved lighthouses. They each have a different number on. And on this particular day, there was nobody in the cafe, so there were no numbers on the tables. But they were all together, 20 of them, on top of this cupboard. And I was looking around, I saw the 20 lighthouses jammed together. It was just an amazing sort of image. And it stuck with me. And the next week, I find I'm drawing little lighthouses. And it works as simply as that, how things associate and things grow. So I had the landscape, which then turned into a seascape with a miniature lighthouse in, because this lighthouse has been stuck in my head and I have to get it out somehow. And then they get a sort of a little scraping, which is like the light going around on the clouds or something. The grid forms are still not on there. A few days later, in a spare moment, I start looking at these things again, and I have a ruler and a pen in my hand. And I'm sort of looking at them and thinking they're not enough, there's not enough there, or they're too easy, actually. There's something, there's no, I don't like necessarily the word mystery, but they were too straight. So I just started drawing some straight lines on them, not even joining things together on one of them. And then that slowly developed into one of these sort of grids And it's sort of at that point I realised the sort of the connection between making another thing in the sky, so to speak. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to do that on all of them, but each one's got to be different.